In this video, I'm going to be handing my $7,000 setup to a beginner, while Hunt's Photo and Video sent me a $1,000 budget setup to take photos with. This is my cousin. He's never taken images of wildlife photos before, but has a nice gear setup to use. And this is me, taking pictures with an entry-level system for wildlife photography, and today, we're going to be seeing who winds up getting the better shots. A lot of you guys have heard me talk about the concept of 75 to 25 ratio of gear to skill, in which 75% of your quality of image relies on skill and only 25% of your quality of image relies on gear. So today, I'm here to prove that true, since my cousin is a beginner and I have years of experience in wildlife photography. To start the day off, we visited the famous San Joaquin Wildlife Refuge down in Irvine, California, a few hours away from where I live. We were going out to be photographing birds side by side. Then, at the end of the day, comparing our results and seeing if it's true that skill matters more than gear, or if gear matters more than skill.
Feeling pretty good. I'm really excited to try a new hobby, but very unsure of my abilities, I guess.
The first subject we spent our morning capturing was a bold Canada goose that got pretty close up with a directly backlit background. These images came out pretty cool and were exciting to see how we both took a creative approach with it. So today I've got my cousin using the Panasonic S1R with Sigma 150 to 600mm sport lens, and I'm using the Sony a6000 with a 55 to 210mm lens. So not gonna lie, it makes me a little bit nervous today knowing I don't have the same capabilities as what I usually have, especially in terms of focal length. So I'm gonna try out some crazy, unique kind of creative shots to try to make up for it, and pray for me because I have a bad feeling that Aaron's gonna show me up and show me that gear does matter more than skill, which is what I'm worried about. Our next solid encounter was that of tree swallows. At the refuge where we visited, there were nesting boxes set out everywhere in which tree swallows were pairing up and getting ready for season. At one of these locations, there were some stunning flowers we were able to use in the foreground to create some beautiful images of them approaching the nest. We had some amazing moments watching these guys, and it was definitely the highlight of my day as we got to see them zip all around us and pose for some beautiful shots amongst the flowers.
You just really want to connect with the bird, right?
Yep, subject engagement, everything, huh? What's the frustrating thing about this shot right here?
He's a fast boy. I can't focus in time, and I don't know.
As we continued our journey, we decided to stop by the edge of the marsh at a location in which we could get eye level. At this location, the higher capability of my more expensive gear setup that my cousin had really paid off, as it was difficult to capture birds so far away with my cheap setup. And due to the lack of creative foreground or lighting, it made it difficult to compensate for this scenario. For you guys following the channel, I've appreciated your support so much this year. I've been working on doing crazier, bigger projects than ever, including projects like my recent Swift one or the recent Crow project that I did. So if you haven't, it would mean the world to me if you subscribe and help me to produce more amazing content like this. Hunt's Photo and Video has also been a great resource for me recently, and a place I can trust for any of the gear that I need to buy. I've been in contact with a guy named Noah for a month now who's been helping me decide the new gear I need for what I do, but he's also been making sure that I've been happy with the results I've been getting. Ooh, hold on one second. Let me try to get this Canada geese really quick. Recently, Hunt's Photo and Video decided to become a sponsor for this channel moving forward, and I wanted to shoot them your guys' way. If you guys need a personal touch or assistance in deciding what new photography gear to purchase, they've got you covered. They're a really nice, friendly, personal relationship company and a totally different experience from something like Amazon or B&H, and I think you guys will like them too. Getting closer to the time of comparing photos, we had a few more wildlife encounters before we left. As we were leaving, two non-native Egyptian geese got incredibly bold with us and allowed for us to get some incredibly close encounters with them. Been pretty fun, pretty exciting. Aaron, what's been your experience of the day in a couple sentences, and what's kind of been some of the things that have been maybe challenging for you today?
Doing it for the first time, I found that it was a little hard to focus, but it was actually easier than I thought it would be. I thought I wouldn't be able to, get the birds in focus. I was worried that like every photo would be blurry, but that wasn't the case. I mean, those little blue dots really helped to show me when I'm in focus or not. I don't know if every camera has that, but this one definitely did. So that was helpful. And then I guess one thing I learned artistically is that sometimes it's better to not be zoomed in all the way. Because I had the capability to, I thought like, oh wow, I'm just gonna get like these really cool close-up photos of birds now, because I've never been able to do that. But in some cases it was better to zoom out a little bit, get more of a depth of field effect with the background, and maybe there was some really nice skyscrapers in the background. It was a cool contrast between those and the foreground and the lake, and yeah, it was just cool to experiment with those things artistically.
Spoken like a pro.
Now, it's time to see what matters more, gear or experience. Check out this video in the end screen here to see my comparison after we edited the results. I'll see you guys in the next video.